Hey everybody, this is Super Dave with Infotainment.com. What we did today is a Homelink visor. This is a 21 through 2026 F150 upgrade that's coming very soon. This also adds a mirror, if you didn't have one, with lights, and an option for the passenger to add lights as well. Super easy upgrade. If you think this is a really cool upgrade and you want to add it to your 21 to 26 F150, hang around and I'm going to show you how to do it. So first we're going to start with pulling this panel. Now on the back of the panel there's two hooks going this way, so you're going to want to pull it down this way. So we're going to go around the front and just kind of get these clips undone. There we go. Alright, so as you can see, that's one of the angle clips we were talking about. Try not to break them off. If you pull from the front, they will snap off. I'm going to undo this connector here. All right, and we set this aside. So with the harness that we have, we're gonna run one end to the left side through this hole here, and then we're gonna run the other side through that hole. But first we need to remove the visors. So we're gonna go ahead, it's only 7mm socket screws. So you just go in there and remove this end. This will also give you a little more space with the headliner. And on this side of the visor, this little plastic rectangular clip hides the screw underneath. It's actually attached on the edge, so you just kind of work your fingers around and you'll kind of clip it from all the four tabs, and it snaps right back in place when you go to put it back. Once again, same 7mm screw. I'm just going to line that up. And then the visor is going to come down, and just like the upper center console area, the visor is held in by a hook as well, so you're going to kind of tilt it this way. So you see when we go to put the new visor in, we're going to have to angle it like that. All right, we're going to repeat the same process for the other visor. And then once again, we're just going to kind of pull the clips. This is loose now. All right, there we go. That one's a little tighter. So what we have here is our visor harness. It terminates on two connectors on each end. We're going to be feeding one through this little hole where the old visor's clip went through, and we're going to be feeding one through the driver's side where the clip went through. And we're going to start right here at this connector as our pass-through. So we're just going to go ahead and clip that. And then we're going to be using a 3-foot zip tie to fish it through this cavity over to the right and to the left later. I recommend using a 3-foot zip tie. That's what worked best for us. However, you can use pretty much anything as far as like fishing things through. What we're going to do is we're going to tape the connector to the zip tie so we can fish it through. Okay, so I just use a little bit of Tessa tape basically to put the connector on the zip tie. We're going to go in this end first. We're just going to feed it through. Now, there is going to be some resistance. You just kind of have to wiggle your way around until you get through. There we go. Looks like we're going through. And then you may get hung a little bit. You just kind of keep working your way. And you just kind of feel over here as you continue to get more space in there. Honestly, this is just the hardest part, but it's really not that difficult. It's just a little time consuming if you can't seem to get a good grip on the zip tie. Smaller fingers are definitely recommended. Finally got it. We're just gonna kind of feed this through. All right, we got our connector through. This is where we're gonna need to undo this Tessa tape. Okay, we don't wanna lose the connector, but we've got it, and we just wanna pull our zip tie through. All right, so got that there. So now we're gonna go to the driver's side and do the same thing over there. We've got it going through, and there's our connector. Now, as you can see, we're getting pretty tight up here with our slack, so still looks like plenty of room, but let's remove this Tessa tape. All right, and then pull our zip tie through. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and attach this connector early. The wire's pretty strong, so it's not really gonna go anywhere. We're just gonna feed it back up through that little hole, and then as you can see that little clip there, we're gonna line it up and get it set. Attach our 7mm screw. So that's in there. Get that clip attached on both sides. So for reattaching this connector to hold the visor, I typically put the screw already through, so that way you can kind of line it up and then just follow up right behind your finger. And we're in. So this is the Homelink visor. Here's the Homelink buttons right there. All right, so now we're gonna connect this side. Get that little hook in. All right. All right, now that's in. All right, now we're gonna put in this little clip assembly like we did with the previous one. There we go. And next, we're gonna put the overhead assembly back in. Once this is plugged in, it'll provide power. So we'll have working lights on both these mirrors as well as Homelink. All right, so you're just gonna plug in the other end of the pass-through into the connector on this assembly. There we go, and then we're going to line this up and fit it in where the clips go and just snap it into place. All right, so now we've got the Homelink visor installed. If you want to go to program Homelink, there are 3 options you can program. Number 1 is, of course, the first one. What you do for Homelink is that you take your receiver for your garage door, you click the button, and it should start flashing like this, and then you click your receiver for your garage door and it should pair. At that point, you're pretty much good. You can test it and it should open and close your garage. And then as a bonus, as we saw earlier, there were no lights and this one didn't even have a mirror. And now our passenger has a light as well.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed that upgrade just as much as we enjoyed developing it. We were here established in 2008 and we've been helping over 100,000 customers do upgrades to their vehicle. So we carry this upgrade and so much more on our website, Infotainment.com. We service what we sell. We have a whole staff that services parts all day long. We also have in-house advisors that can advise you and help you from start to finish. We also have a compatibility guarantee. As I mentioned in the video, we will get your 17-digit VIN number to ensure that everything is programmed to the modules for a seamless installation in your exact vehicle. We also have extended warranties for those of you who would like to take advantage of that. Those of you who pulled out your old gear and you don't want it just to sit in your garage forever, we actually offer trade-in value to your old gear. So be sure to go to our website for more information on that. Last but not least, if you have a request for your vehicle, you want a factory OEM upgrade for your vehicle and you don't see it on our website, we have a product request form that our research and development department looks at every single day. So request that product and we'll get back with you with a possible solution. Thank you so much, guys, for watching and have a great day.